All right, here we go. Our first look at this round of Guilty versus FSO1. In this particular round, we have banned ships being Colombo, Devastation, Lucian, and Libertad. Here we go. Let's take a look at the lineup. So this lineup looks somewhat familiar. Putting Guilty bringing a Johnston, a Zorky, a Nustrashimi, a Z42, a Cerberus, an Utrecht, a Napoli, a Vermont, and finally a Hanover. So, yep, pretty much what we saw last time. They're going for the 2 super ship and 2 tier 9 option. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Team Bravo, Puddin'? That's FSO.
Team Bravo brought a daring that looks like he's heading to Bacon, a Club, a Shimmy. That look like they're heading to Chocolate, and then 2 with them is a Golden New, a Brennus, a Marsilli. Looks like they're... And a Patre, that's their super ship. Okay, Shimmy's not going to Chocolate. He may be going to Apples.
I think he's going to A, yeah.
He's got a long journey ahead of him.
Yep.
And going with him looks like a Napoli. I don't think they're going to send the Ohio all the way to Apples.
Mm-hmm.
He may play south of B, where you would typically see a Moskva if you play clan battles. But he will have the ability to move over to Apples if need be. But they are definitely going strong to Chocolate. They want that diabetes. Oh no, they're sending the Z42 to B. We haven't seen that play today.
Nope, we totally have not. By the way, guys, I know we're in a game now, but thanks everybody for sharing your opinions while we were chatting a little bit.
Looks like, what is it, FSO here has done a little bit of scouting on what Guilty wants to do with what. Which may be why they're not sending a very strong force to Apples, and they are sending a stronger force to Chocolate.
We've seen this before. A lot of Team Bravos like to push from the south, and they push hard at the C cap. Why? Because if they can get the C cap, they can cut the map in half. Now, we've seen in COTS recently, we've had, instead of just the 1 C cap, we had a C and a D cap. One to the north and one to the south on that side. And then this kind of play made more sense, right? Because you just shove, you win that side, and then it's really easy to defend. But with only 1 cap, less of a reason for that kind of a play. Also, hello, I can't swim.
Well, the reason for the COT split was because when you're talking at the skill level of the players for the finals, that island above C for Team Alpha is the biggest advantage in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you would typically see the Southern Spawn fight so hard for A, because you weren't going to win C, really. Oof.
Whoa, 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 whoa. The 3 already taking somebody down. Rip the Cerberus.
Yeah, but was it the Patrie that did all the damage?
Well, see, I've got my fun little mod. I can take a look at that. He received 40... What? Am I looking at this right? Cerberus damage caused to ships. He received... Patrie got the kill.
Right.
Right, but it doesn't show... It doesn't register any actual damage to him, which is kind of funny. Marseille did 45 and change, and then Brennus did 10,000.
Yeah, so Patron just got the itty bitty at the end.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He went like from full out to, yeah, I'm not here no more.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then the Patrie shots came in. I'm like, I don't think the Patrie would waste a preload booster on something that Marsilli and a Brennus belt did shot at.
I mean, I think it makes sense. Just get the thing out of there and be done with it. But yep, we can see the French.
Even have a no, he doesn't even have a reload booster.
No, but you can see the French push going up the 9-10 line. I still don't get Brennus, but whatever. Vermont spotted.
I think I played a Brennus in clan battles once. I mean, you're bringing it for its guns. It's supposed to be a substitute for Marsilli.
Hmm. Well, that's true. And in the rules, max of 2 of the same cruiser.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I'm saying. Like if you know, typically you see Henry sticking together. So if you bring a Conde,
Mm-hmm.
well, you're bringing it because you wanted another Henry. They should have been teamed up in you know that match on Ocean.
Right. Well, Nelson is maybe flying a little too close to the sun in his Kleber.
He'll be fine. I mean, he only has everybody shooting at him.
And he went down with all his reload boosters available as well.
Well, front saturation failed him.
It did. It did.
Somebody must have used the elite strategy of, oh, AP?
I'm pretty sure that was what Brick used, yes. Oof, Nutrishimi took a big hit just now.
He'll be fine. He's got a heal.
He does have a
And
heal,
he's
and it is
Sark.
a super heal at that matter. What's going on over at A?
Well,
Nothing.
Golden Lou's hydro just went down as the torpedoes went by him. Oh.
As Gara walks into the Thunderdome in his Hanover.
Well, I mean, at least he made it with more HP this time.
Look at how much of the map his hydro covers. Pretty cool.
It's a shame that nothing's in that hydro.
I know.
It's almost like players now, don't be near the Hanover. Uh-oh.
So, one of the problems for Team Red FSO1 is you've managed to push this side. Congratulations. Now what? And
what do you mean now what? Their
now
strategy worked. They won C.
Okay.
I
So
don't-
now they're just going to turn around and go home and claim victory.
Yeah, that's what
I
I would
guess.
do.
Oh,
Listen, Team Bravo takes victories wherever we can get them.
okay.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like you have the Golden Lou in a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, Hanover secondaries are going to town on him,
Mm-hmm.
but like Hanover's stuck in a super Thunderdome. He's just going to be dropped by Golden Lou all day long, farmed out maybe by the Daring.
Well, it's a question of what alternate fire is going to work best, right? The Hanover secondaries or the Howden-Lew's Dutch oven?
Yeah, well, I mean, you do have the Z42 that's able to keep the Golden spotted. Hopefully, you're in communication with your Vermont of, hey, the Golden Lou's backing up. Can you delete us this gentleman for me?
And here comes the
So-
Vermont salvo.
Like,
Oh, he's looking at somebody else.
well, I mean, luckily the Golden Lou didn't back straight up.
Yeah, he's curving around the corner. Smart.
But I mean, are they really in control of C? Because they did lose their DD that kept everybody at bay.
Well-
Neshimi accidentally runs into Golden's Hydro, so
Wow, he's
he got
smoking.
caught bowing in that situation. So that's not good for him.
Look at him try to Homer Simpson his way out of this. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. And goodbye, son. Trying to
I
heal
don't
through it,
know.
though. Ooh,
His heal is working.
big hit in Howden-Lue. Hey,
I
look,
know it's
that's
not
why you bring a
working.
Venice.
And focus fire on the Golden, who needs to go
Oh, yeah.
dark.
Oh, yeah. Does my PC ever rest? The rerun PC? Yeah, I restart it once a month or so.
Or every power outage.
Oh, God, don't remind me. Or, you know, whenever there's like a freaking Windows update.
Well, the Golden went from dark to spotted to driving at torpedoes again.
Mm-hmm. That's okay, though. They're spotted because of Hydro.
Well, it was an accident because he was hydroing the... And we see the random battle decision of, hey, I know, I'll smoke up and farm the guy.
Yep.
And you were the one spotting him.
Well, fortunately, because he's shooting, he's keeping himself spotted.
Ah.
And he
Oh,
actually
did
did
he
connect a little bit. Yeah.
Was it with the bombs or the guns?
It looked like it was the bombs. So that should be the end of Tomas.
Should be. But here comes the Brennus.
There he goes.
Oh, look, the Utrecht has now decided to come into the Thunderdome with the Hanover.
Z42 takes a torpedo.
Ooh, that could be bad.
He's in the open water and he's a gunner.
Oof.
He got hydro
I don't know
going
if that's
too.
Gonna buff out. I really don't know if that's going to buff out.
I don't think it will.
Well, I mean, at least the fires will be put out as soon as he gets fully submerged.
Meanwhile, Guilty has concentrated at A.
I mean, I do love how a shimmy and a Napoli is stopping a Napoli, Johnson, Hanover, Utrecht.
It completely...
Oh, wait, 2 of the players decided to go into the Thunderdome.
Yeah, they completely turned the Hanover around, which is interesting.
Ohio doing the elite strategy of reversing.
Plasmatic doing the elite strategy of running away.
What? You're running from a Zorky who's burning you to down?
Yeah, and a Vermont that's kind of shooting every now and then. But
Well,
Vermont's pretty far away at this point.
Just report to Vermont. That should work.
Hmm.
Oof.
Plasmatic goes
for
dark.
Blackberry, it looked like his torpedo tubes that got incapacitated were the higher roll torpedoes.
Hmm.
So, Daring is finally getting... Whoa. You don't see this often. The Daring on the other side of the island capping it.
Right, on the north side. And he's the southern spawn.
You know what's funny is, I wonder if there's a call, hey, go kill the Vermont. There is nothing up for the Daring. Like, there's nothing to stop him.
Definitely has the opportunity, yeah.
Like, that would be a huge kill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if you do end up trading for the Daring eventually, just because he's so far by himself, that's huge. You know what a Hanover is? He's low. Like, you know, the Daring doesn't have to worry too much about the torpedo protection from the Vermont because he's below half health.
Speaking of torpedoes, oh, that's a brown alert there for the Shimakaze, who's popping his smoke just as he sees the Johnston. Definitely not what he wants to see right now.
Johnson takes a big hit from Ohio.
Looked like it was the Ohio, yeah. Does go dark because the Shimakaze is reversing. We're going to have to watch this one carefully. Vermont instinctively turns behind the island in case of the Daring attack, and the Daring actually is conga lining the Utrecht. Look at that. I gotta go see what happens over here. Move the camera.
Well, I mean, here comes the Johnson shimmy.
That's all gonna miss. It's all gonna... Oh, nicey Nader dodging that brilliantly.
You got the Napoli right there. And the Johnson did shoot. He's got to get into the Daring smoke. Not the shimmy smoke.
Well, the nice thing is this game has changed, so as long as you are in the smoke for like a little bit more than a second or something like that, then you are no longer spotted. Once upon a time, you had to wait the full duration of your gun bloom. Remember those days, Puddin'?
Those are so stupid.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the Hanover burning just gonna die.
Well, at least he got used of all of his heals.
Well, I mean, we got that for a bonus, for a change, instead of just going in and literally using all your heals and then just dying.
The enemy is about to win.
This is turning into quite the bloodbath. The enemy is indeed about to win. Plasmatic...
Zorky's trying to flip chocolate.
Yeah, I feel like Plasmatic's kited away too far, but, you know, again, if he was in any other French ship, he'd have a Hydro and maybe feel a bit more comfortable with counter-pushing the Zorky.
Well, the Daring should be able to rotate over and kill the Zorky.
It looks like that's might be what their play is. Meanwhile, Abyssal's Napoli gonna use his smoke, put his plane up, and see pretty much nothing because Lord Carey is also in smoke. Ooh, but these torpedoes though. Look at these torpedoes putting.
Oh, he catches the Johnson, who wisely smokes up.
Yep.
These torps may kill him.
No, I don't think so.
For sure.
Just take the one.
That one torpedo didn't help the situation of not being low health.
And look at the score. We've got 5 minutes remaining now. Currently, Guilty in the lead in terms of points with 2 caps.
Question
There he
is,
goes
do you
dark.
send a Marsilian to yeet the Utrecht? Nobody has torpedoes, I believe.
I mean, at this point, you might as well. You need these big plays. That's why you can also see War Gambling just shoving forward with his Ohio now as well.
Well, Zorky should go down here. He is shooting. If the Daring can actually connect here.
Whoa. Zorky burst firing the Daring, almost completely taking it out, and the Daring is out of heals.
And they do. That's
They
huge.
do. Now watch this. Watch this. Marseille versus Utrecht. They're going to try for a ram, and it's going to fail. Utrecht has AP with these little 128 dinky shells, but he can stay outside of the turret angle from the Marseille. And War Gambling Enjoyers Ohio decided to not keep going. If he kept going, that would be a dead Utrecht already. But instead, Nicey Nader can just sit here in the rear. How's that for seamanship, Puddin'? Calling down death from above at the same time.
I think the Marseille screwed up his... Like, you know, you don't have any rear turrets, so if you go nose in there, like, you lose the fight because you literally can't shoot back.
Yep, and now the Patrice here like, hey, you killed my friend.
Well, Patry definitely not happy that he killed his friend.
I suppose that would be a good clip moment if anyone wants to take a moment. Because now, take a look at the change now. Just because of all of that, FSO 1 is looking to win in 40 seconds.
But wait, we still have the Vermont.
Yeah.
So now it's an Ohio guarding.
30 seconds remaining.
I don't think a kill actually flips it.
No. Well, I mean, a kill buys you some time.
The only thing you could possibly kill would be the Brennis or the Daring if they get caught.
Yeah, and there's just not enough time. So, that will be it. I might be able to grab a quick death pick down here. 2 seconds to go. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first death pick of the day. It only took 4 freaking battles to find a death pick.
But died at the end.
The Vermont, I think he was quite low at the very... No, he's still alive. Whatever.
Oh, he left. So we're on game 5 of Team Bravo winning, and no death pick for Zath. I wonder if there's a correlation.
Hey, I got a death pick there. By the way, you went all robot-y for a little bit. I don't know if I went robot-y to you or not, but...
No.
Okie dokie. All right, chat. Hopefully you enjoyed that first showing. We're going to move on to Riposte next. I'm going to run a commercial break just to be safe in case we need to find something else after this game.
No, everything looks good on my end now again.
Good. Okay. Alrighty then. I think now might be a good opportunity to have a snack, since I have them on my desk.
A snack?
Snack. Refill my water bottle too. Oh man, my allergies have been like really messing with me. So I've been taking Claritin D. And that really messes with me.
I have like nothing but sinus problems year round.
So that's part of the reason I only slept for 3 hours last night. So that was fun.
Was from the wife who doesn't snore.
Yeah, let's not go there.
I snore real badly. Like I remember working out at Sickle the one time on a shutdown, and I got lucky. I got thrown on the maintenance crew, which is we did all the blinding, and then you just do odd end stuff. And man, my snoring cleared out a trailer. Guys were not happy with me.
I remember once upon a time I was at a gaming convention. We all shared a room, so it was like 4 of us in the room. And one of the other guys, man, he was loud. But fortunately for me, I always travel with earplugs. So I just popped them in and fell asleep. It worked out well.
I picked Bravo. Right, Bravo last time? Yeah.
Yeah. But again, it doesn't matter about that. It comes down to the way it picks. So Sleeping Giant was picked by FSO1 because they are the seeded team. So Guilty said, okay, we will take the Alpha spawn. And then FSO then had the choice for the second map, both the spawn and the map. So they chose Riposte and they chose Bravo.
It's just interesting seeing teams pick Bravo and succeeding. Right? Like I guess we're just, well, I guess I'm just so used to, you know, the cons of, no, we know how to abuse the advantages for the northern spawn, so yeah, we'll take that as much as humanly possible.
Yes, in general, the northern spawn or the alpha spawn is stronger in most maps. So yes, it is a little odd that a team would say we specifically want Bravo. We've had teams do that though and win. We've had teams do that and lose. Also, Blue Falcon, thank you for the 106 bits. I like the 106 specific there. Let's see. It says, even in the heat of rivalry, you bring the fleet together with your cheer. 106 bits are the win in our sails. Let's sail to victory together as one crew. Sleep apnea testing. Aha. CPAP,
I do bad during test. I mean, unless it's a drug test, I can pass those things all day long.
But knows how to beat the system.
No, just don't do drugs. That's
Damn it.
the easiest way.
Don't tell people the secret.
The breathalyzer was the thing that always scared the crap out of me. I won't deny, like, my drug of choice was alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, I knew guys who literally could not pass the breathalyzer. I'm like, how could you not just go 12 hours without a drink? That's all you have to do.
Right. Right.
Couldn't do it.
And GK, don't ever worry about subbing and stuff like that. I mean, it's always appreciated, but you need to be okay first. Okay?
Listen, the easiest, best way to support them is just watch the rerun channel.
Correct. There are ways that you can support me outside of the stream. One is the rerun channel. That's the easiest. Keep it up. 24/7, just like my PC runs 24/7. You help me through ad revenue, and we also have 2 giveaways per day over on that channel. With really good odds to win, by the way. Usually like between 5 to 10 people enter. It's a really good odd to win a Wargaming code, which could be a CC container, which could include a ship. That's pretty awesome, like a tier 8 premium ship. Hell yeah. That's one way to support. Another way is some streamers sometimes do sponsorships, and I've got one going right now for Matchmasters. Now, it requires you using your phone and downloading a game on your phone. Some people are okay with that, some people aren't. If you're okay with it, download it, play through however far you want to get. Luis did that yesterday, actually. He found me, said, I want to support you. I don't have any money. He popped on into Matchmasters, downloaded it on his phone. He played through all the way through. I think he's got 300 trophies already, which I think is the second or third milestone. And each milestone that earns money for me. So there are ways to support streamers without you shelling out. Please don't ever feel like you have to spend money on any stream, frankly, but especially on this one. It's always appreciated, but never expected. And even you just sitting here right now on the stream, you're supporting me in the channel, right? Because when I run commercial breaks, you're supporting me that way too.
And here's the thing, you got to think of these ad breaks as taking money away from Twitch and giving it to the streamer. Granted, it's not a lot of money, but you are taking money away from Twitch and giving it to the streamer.
You think about it this way, Twitch already has their money. So when ad companies purchase space on Twitch's servers for ads, they pay Twitch for that already. And then Twitch just basically guarantees that they'll run so many minutes of each ad or whatever. So Puddin's absolutely correct. The more of that ad that gets circulated out, the greater share of that revenue streamers get.
Well, I mean, I say that because I know some people like, I don't want to give Twitch any money for subs or for bits or for that. And it's like, well, then you have to deal with the ads. Like,
right.
I think most people here grew up with freaking commercials. You know, a half-hour TV program was really 15 minutes because the other 15 was commercials.
Right. Gravity, Europe Gravity just gifted a sub to KNGK. Thank you for doing that, Gravity. That's really nice of you, man. So now KNGK has no commercials to worry about. And we are now in a hype train, which is always kind of a scary thing because when you have a delay, it's difficult to keep up with chat. But for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with hype trains on my channel, if you want to support me on Twitch with subs, gifted subs, cheering bits, all those things advance the hype train. And there's different levels. Once you get to level 7 for us, for my stream, we eat out a special couple extra codes really to celebrate. I usually go get some special dirty water, and I negotiate to extend the stream with the wife. Hello, Sea Donkey. How you doing?
You know, and I just made, you know, GK there feel good about watching ads, and then, you know, Gravity just goes, nope, we're going to get Jesus.
I know. I was trying to shout him out too. Sea Donkey?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, and Gravity's like, no, we're just going to give more money to Twitch.
I discovered this the other day, and I didn't know about this, but apparently streamers do get ad revenue from viewers that are subscribed and don't see ads. Blew my mind. I had no idea.
Yeah, I know that works for like Turbo, because like my biggest thing is, you know, like if you're subscribed, like even if you're a tier 1 subscription to 3 different people, drop the subscription and just get the stupid Turbo, because yeah, they still get the ad revenue, you know, even though you're not seeing one. For I don't know how that works out, but whatever.
That's right.
You know, it's more cost effective for most people, I believe.
Right.
If you go that route.
And there's Blue Falcon cheering. Oh my God, I can't even count. 500 bits. 500 bits. Thank you, Blue Falcon. Navigating through waves of our stream with cheerful spirits. 500 bits are like a well-placed torpedo hitting the mark with precision. Your support keeps the fleet sailing smoothly. Thanks for being a true captain of cheer. Awesome. Thank you again, Blue Falcon. Appreciate you, man. That's right,
We're on
Gravity.
to
Now you
game
get to play
two.
with some of my new emotes. We're still waiting on game 2. Somebody left. They've been told to wrap it up. We even have Joe Mitz in here, and he's wrapped up his round. So I'm guessing he was covering. Let's take a look. I'm guessing that he was covering TCA. Yeah. I'm sure they too owed UWTS. Wait for it, everyone. Yeah.
I mean, the minute I see the lawyers coming, I know what that means.
We'll find out. We'll find out. Oh, I see what you did, Blue Falcon. You were getting our hype train to 69%. I see what you were doing there. You wonder how many subs I get. I think so. You should see a goal meter in my about section, I think, for a certain number of subs. It gets kind of like automatically updated and stuff. And yeah, I get gifted a decent number of subs, especially from a guy named Taro. Yesterday, he dropped 50 during our after party. It was really nice of him. Taro, if you're here and you're hearing me, thank you again for the gifted subs last night. That was amazing. All right, we got 9 people finally, guys. I could have run another commercial break.
Excuse me.
Now there are 3 players that are unready. And that's correct, Bahamut. Yes, Twitch Turbo is another thing that they can do. Yes. Okay, they're all ready, guys. They're all ready to go. Maybe we'll start this thing? Maybe?
Keep going. You almost convinced me.
Okay. We've dropped, finally. Wow. Okay. See, we're doing reverse spawn again for me. Gotta wait for the game to load.
Oh, God.
What's the max level on Hype Train? There is no max. I think the highest we've reached is like 13 or something like that. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2, finally. Game 2 of Guilty versus FSO1. And Guilty has a Z42, a Z52. There we go. A Zorky, a Z42, a Napoli, Sevastopol. What? A Napoli, Vermont, and a Yamato. Okay. Wouldn't tell us about Team Red there. That would be FSO1.
General quarters.
We have a Shimmy, a Daring, a Ludge Club, a Napoli, a Marsilli, a Brunus, a Ludge Golden, an Ohio, and the Patre. I don't think they've changed up much.
No, I don't think they have
changed
either.
anything.
I just really don't understand why these guys have to take Brennus. Okay.
Well, I mean, if it ain't broke, fix it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right? But
They are up a game.
I don't understand the Z52. Why are there 2 Z42s?
Because it has Z in it, they want all the Z. See?
But I thought they
Z42,
couldn't take
Zorky,
the same
Z52, Z42. You can't take, you can maximum 2 of the same ship.
Oh, okay. But, I mean, typically you would, I mean, bring these, park them on the island that's in the cap, pop your hydro and be like, well, if you can't have it, I can't have it. But literally all these caps are out in the open and there's nowhere for a disease to hide except for in their smoke.
Well, and remember, with no radar, this does give them the ability to go a little bit more aggressive. And I do like, you see, the Z52 can completely lock out a cap. You can see the difference in radar and hydro circle size here, comparing the Daring to the Z52's hydro. What's up, Azteca? How you doing? Happy Sunday.
Well, I mean, the biggest difference between the Daring and Z52 is Daring's hydro will only spot something at like 3 kilometers, to where the
Correct.
Z will catch it at 6.
Yep. So for the Zed, if he's detected, he basically can hydro, and then he can smoke, and then he can basically shoot for free, which is what we're going to see happening here. Chrissy's going to be on detection for a little bit, but is wisely pulling forward. Now, Crazy Chrissy does not have an engine boost with the Daring, so a little bit more sluggish to get out of there. It's going to cause more chip damage to come in. Lou's got an interesting position there. And Blue Falcon, thank you again for the bits during the hype train. Appreciate you.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to put the gold in there, right? Drop your, Dutch ovens, at B or A. You have the Brennus, Marsili, Patre, doing the 1-2 push. So the golden could potentially get something also.
Nice hits on Abyssal's Napoli over there.
As the dogs are not happy over something again.
Uh-oh. Now, Nelson's Kleber's unique upgrade, for those of you guys who are not familiar with what this means, it loses gun DPM, I think it loses torpedo reload too, and it gains concealment. So it makes it closer to a standard destroyer, okay? Its concealment is 6.2 kilometer. Not the best. And to be quite honest, I don't think it's a good idea to take it by itself, but, that's what they did.
I mean, the other thing is, like, you really can't gunfight anybody. Like,
right.
You wouldn't even want to gunfight a shimmy in a ledge club. Just
right.
It really does kill your reload.
Yeah.
So, if you're bringing the ledge club, you're really relying on everything else to do the killing, and you may be finishing it off.
Right. So, typically when we see a unique upgrade Kleber, we see another destroyer playing with it. And that's the beef, right? So it's a Marceau, or it's another Kleber, or just some high DPM destroyer. But he's by himself, aside from, I suppose, the French squadron over there.
Well, he's going to spot these torpedoes, but is he going to eat any of these torpedoes? And that is the club.
He'll be fine. He's moving fast enough. It's actually really crucial that he spotted them because the Marsili's hydro is about to expire. Plasmatic is stuck bow in his Brennus.
Here's the interesting thing. He's about to sail into the Z's. Yeah, hydro.
Kleber? Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, he did turn out, realize that.
The enemy is about to win.
Mm-hmm. Lou getting some shots in.
Kind of have to. You got to get a cap because they're all green right now. That means Team Bravo doesn't have a cap.
I was just going to mention that. Yeah. I mean, you'd think that at some point, FSO says, we probably should go get the cap here. I think the lava has cooled enough.
I mean, you're 300 points down.
One other thing we haven't talked about for this particular game is a Sevastopol. Why the heck do you take Sevastopol in a tournament pudding?
A teal? I mean,
sure.
I mean, we've seen it work once. But then again, the Sevastopol did make a run for an island, and that just completely controlled the island. And he did kill the Golden Lou.
Yeah, as we were talking about that. So Sevastopol, for those of you guys not in the know, has a special heal. It's a long duration heal, but slow heal. So most ships you can pop the heal, and you can sustain some fire while you're healing. Sevastopol is one of those ships where as soon as you start taking damage, you have to press the heal, because if you wait until your heal bar fills up and says, hey, I can get maximum out of the heal, you're probably going to die because you're going to be taking damage while you're healing that up. Way more damage of that. So she's a tricky boat to play. It's the same gimmick that Lucian has, but the nice thing about Lucian is it can go dark, generally speaking.
Supposedable, in order to maximize that heal, it is a little bit more skillful. You have to be wary of where things are.
Yep.
Kind of have a sixth sense where the DDs are. You got to utilize your speed boost to break detection.
Take less damage to Patrice. You know, all that kind of stuff.
Now, all the caps are red, so if the green team would just kindly stay the hell away from them, we'd appreciate it.
Actually, I want Team Green to win because that gets us to a Game 3.
No, we're Team Bravo and Team Bravo only. Now, with that being said, there's really nothing to contest these disease, recapping the apple and bacon.
You see the problem, by the way, with the Napoli here. When you're in smoke, unless you have a specific target that you know you can kill or do really good damage to, you generally don't want to shoot your guns because smoke fire penalty is the thing that kills you.
I mean, it's a good job by the club to keep these guys spotted so they can't go dark.
And there goes the Napoli. Yeah, see, Donkey, you should definitely check out these tournaments. Anybody should check out these tournaments. These are far more fun than COTS, in my opinion. Because you actually have a chance of winning.
What?
I know, right?
Only if you're on Team Bravo will I allow you, Donkey, to participate in any of these tournaments that are not COTS. Why is the Marsili... Okay, I think the Marsili is screwing up here.
Yeah, sitting bow on and reversing? Sure. Good idea.
Like, let's shoot our guns. I mean, I understand your Hydra's down, but... Still gotta... Well, no, I guess score timer says we win because we have 2 caps, but I would aggressively be pushing the Z. Right? Like, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna take one of their destroyers with me, is my attitude.
Yeah. And there goes one of the Z-42s over on the seaside.
Well, thank God somebody on Team Bravo's listening to their captain and me. Stop taking damage, Marsili.
Larky is dark now.
Well, I mean,
Larky's
he's still
dark.
burning, still being shot at.
And he's got the DCP available. He's just choosing not to use it.
I don't know why, because if you hit a torpedo, you're just dead, so who cares about the flood?
Probably figures it's 100% repairable, and there's like 10 seconds left on the fire, so he'll let it burn. And now he used it. Probably did the math and realized he didn't have enough time.
Oh,
there goes another
Z.
Yep, Patrice speaking again. FSO's been getting a lot of good work out of that Patrice.
He needs to work harder.
I mean...
He's only got 2 kills. You're 3 away from your Kraken.
Well, he might get a third right here. Here they come.
The enemy is about to win.
Third kill.
All right. Number 2 away. Oh, the enemy's about to win. Wait a minute. We're the enemy. You be quiet, Mr. Announcer.
I always love how it does that. So Clarky does get a heal off.
I wonder if he did the math and goes, crap, I better get the heal off because my math for the DCP was completely wrong.
And Asgara's Yamato is next to die.
Yep.
That pretty much seals the deal. That's going to be a 2-0 sweep for FSO1.
Well, good job on them for being patient. Not worried about the caps. It's not who gets them first and who holds them the longest.
That is true.
Just... Why a Yamato?
Well, so Sea Donkey, the nice thing about this tournament is you only need 3 people to form a team. So you just have to find 2 people. If you regularly division with 2 other people, you could get a group. Hey, Puddin'! You, me, and C... Saw that coming.
I tapped out and I said laughing. All I saw was, Lamau put. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm busy. Would you
Well-
see the three of us doing a tournament and then having to cast it?
Oh my goodness. That would be rough. 26 seconds remain. Brennis,
You know
maybe?
what? You know what tournament you should really look into, Donkey? Like, no joke, no BS. Is the factions tournament that these guys are trying to start up.
The War of Factions tournament looks amazing. Yeah, we covered that one a few months ago.
Yeah, like, I can't wait for that tournament.
Mm-hmm. Just looking to see if Vermont will die. Okay, he just
Vermont
finally
did
died.
die. You finally got your death pick as Team Bravo.
Yeah.
Good.
But I prefer an upside down Brennis that's against the border. I just think that's more fun.
Yeah, but I think Team Bravo's blowing all their luck today. Not saving any for the next weekend.
It's a possibility. All right, guys, we're going to set ourselves the winner screen there. Congratulations to FSO1. Button, do the thing. Let's see if we can find a game 3.
You know, the other thing you could do, Donkey, is there's what is it? Wookiee Vibes in this. You can reach out to them.
This is true. I
Oh wait, I have to go.
don't
find
see
another game.
any. I don't see any other training rooms open, so that might have been the last one. And the time it took us to do 2 games, it took everybody else. Everybody else finished their 2s and possibly 3s. Let's refresh and see. Oh my goodness, all 2 O's.
What a shame.
Well, it's a shame for multiple reasons, Button. One is, if that's the case, start time is 35 minutes from now. If they don't change that start time, we're going to be sitting for a while. And the tournament begins anew now. 5 minutes earlier than we were told. Let's go.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're starting exactly on the time they wanted to start at.
Aha. Okie dokie. Here we go.
Battle starts.
So this is going to be Shots versus Entity. And yeah, our first look at this. This is our last scheduled match for the day. So there's always a possibility we'll pick up a game 3, but there's only one other match going on. So let's see what happens. For destroyers, we've got a Johnston, a Yugumo, a Lucian, and a Kleber. Cruisers, Napoli, Holbert, Piemonte. Ooh, our first look at a Piemonte today. And a Vermont, and a Satsuma for battleships. This is Sleeping Giant. Wouldn't tell us a little bit about the opposite team, sir.
Well, they're still running the ugly camo.
Cool.
We have a Napoli B because Napoli A was taken. A Lucian, the first time seeing a Lucian with these guys, I do believe, is E42.
Mm-hmm.
Another Napoli because you can't have 2 Napoli Bs. Ha ha ha. A Maine, a Legend Golden Lou, and Ohio who says, I don't need a flag. Can't even think of what one he's missing. Oh, look. The Colbert Gehring are going to chocolate. It's almost like we've seen this strategy before from these guys.
That's right. A little cross-out lover.
For this time, I do believe the Ohio is backing them up at sea while instead of the Maine. I believe that's the big difference from last time.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's no Hanover.
Mm-hmm.
So Thunderdome is anybody's game because Hanover's not here.
So both teams taking a Lucian. Now, Lucian also has the Hydro like the Z42 does. And the Lucian's got more friends behind him and close by. That comes in handy. Woof. Woof. Z42 a little late on doing the Hydro thing there.
What makes you say that?
Well, he allowed Lucian to go dark for about a half a second.
Well, he's still dark, isn't
Nope.
he? Now he's shot.
Nope. It's because the Z42 was burning. DCP's down for another 10
I'm talking about
seconds.
the Lucian.
Oh. Well, we don't care about the Lucian. We care about the Z42 here. He does manage to...
Memorable Bowling sacrifices Z42 to win the game again.
He does manage to survive a little bit here because the fire burned out. That's why the fire reduction flag is such an important flag for any destroyer player to take. I will mention, though, I'm surprised that Shots decided to not take any shots at the Z42 once it disappeared. You know he's got to be low. Why not just give it a shot? Try for it.
Jesus, look at all those torps.
Lots of torps going through the A-cap on both sides now as the Johnson goes ahead and yeets out some codes of his own, or some torps of his own.
Wait, the Johnson's giving out codes?
No, that would be me with about 2 minutes left to get into it. Ooh, no. Johnson's gonna stop in front of this torp.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, well, almost. But now he's stuck in Lucian. Oh, look at the Lucian. Getting clobbered to death. Gone he goes. So much for that special heal of his, huh?
I don't think that's a clobbering. That's just he got yeeted, like you should do with your code.
Johnston got whacked a bit,
guys.
but still managed to survive.
Zath put a bot in charge of the codes, not me. Apparently, I yeeted too many codes out once.
But it's easier to do the bot anyway. Frees you up.
Oh, it's so much
sure.
easier.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have a Colbert on the other side that wants to have some fun too. So he's just gonna shoot a Napoli. Wow, those were really good guess shots there from Exile's Napoli. Gearing detected now by the Yugumo. Remember, Yugumo has 5.5 kilometer detection. Even a gearing with the unique upgrade has 5.6. So the Yugumo actually outspots it, and it's a tier lower. I still think I'd rather have the other one we've been seeing a lot. Word escapes me. The name escapes me. 2-9 Russian.
Not just Shimmy?
Yeah. I think you'd rather have a new Tsushimi because it's got the heal. But, you know, Yugumo's okay too. Thorngren's Piemonte back at A has been taking some heavy damage. Ah, he got mained. He got mained in
good for
Napoli.
him.
Right?
That's what he gets for killing my Lucian. Listen, I always root for Team Bravo, guys.
You do like Team Bravo.
Well, I mean, they're typically the underdogs because, like you say, we're so used to the tournaments to where everybody just picks Alpha Spawn because easy win. They are going hard at Albals here.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Now, do you call the Lucian off of Bacon to go somewhere else?
So the thing about Lucian is kind of weird, right? She's got the deep water torpedoes, so that won't do anything anti-destroyer work. The only thing she's got going for her is the Hydro, which is good for anti-destroyer work. So you got two choices. Send the Lucian to sea to help with the Yugumo, or what I think they're doing, which is wrap the Lucian around the backfield, get behind these guys here, and then just torp them from the rear. Hello, Waco Clever.
But I mean, that's what I mean. Like, you could have them like torp the Ohio from behind, though, too, or Apples from behind.
Or perhaps they just decided to say, F you, streamer, we're not going to do anything that you suggest, and they're just going to turn them north again.
I feel like they're not getting effective use from this Lucian. Unless his job is to, yes, deal with the Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Just the initial engagement that almost completely wrecked that Z42. That's the only benefit they've gotten from that Lucian so far.
But I mean, like, I mean, I don't know why you're not running RPF on a destroyer. Because, like, who's got RPF to go, listen, the Z's actually left the area? Like, nobody.
I really like what Wookie05 is doing over here, what Mac Matty did. He puts the smoke up, Derflacer's trying to get into the smoke, and then Mac just W's out of it. Wait for me! He's like trying desperately to get into the smoke. And now he's gonna die because of that. He's like,
That's
oh,
what
sorry,
you call
friend.
A true friend.
That's a true friend right there.
Oh, you need smoke? Come on, you can catch up.
Wow.
You know, it's kind of surprising something like that would happen between the two guys, because like I said, most teams that have become successful try to put, you know, fellow clanmates and ships on the same side, right? Like you see two Ray and two Exile guys over here on Apples, which, you know, a little bit easier for communication. Oh, Golden Oak kills the clubber.
Fuel Inspector was just ready for that. He hits the brakes. The Torps, unfortunately, aren't going to fly right by. He's going to take all three of them. He would have been better suited turning out and beaching himself, but he didn't do that.
Well, I mean, ironically, that is a dangerous spot to beach because there are two low spots on it. And I wouldn't want to Satsuma testing his luck on me, whether he could get through or not.
True. The only thing he's got going for him is he's got the Dutch oven. You can see the low spot Putin is talking about right here. From the mini-map view, it doesn't look so bad. When you get in here and you get next to it and you go, oh crap.
Yeah. Oh, Golden Lou is doing the unthinkable.
Dutch ovening?
He popped his hydro before torpedoes were spotted.
That is pretty unthinkable. So the question is, what is Shot's going to do with 4 players north of A? It looks to me like they're just going to go straight in.
Well, I once again going to question leaving the main alone to defend A.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He's a main.
Right? I understand there's a Napoli there, but nobody's going to shoot at the Napoli. It's in the Thunderdome. And the main is out here all alone. Just living his best main life. Cursing at his bill for paint, because paint for a battleship is like 3 times more expensive than on a destroyer.
Well, I mean,
And
look
he
at
has
his
to go
name.
up against the Johnson.
But look at his name. Strategic fault. I mean, that's almost perfect for the situation he's in.
Right, he's talking about strategic fault lines.
And Fuel Inspector pulls out right in front of Satsuma. Doesn't get punished for that. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's overpants. Like, oh, wait, I'm sorry. Satsuma, it's overmatch. Too much overmatch.
Too much overmatch.
Ooh, Yugumo goes down. Caught that.
Yep.
Oh, look, they're taking B with the Johnson.
You
It
mean
was
A?
kind of his lesson of not shooting at a Napoli.
Right? Well, C is firmly in control of Team Entity.
Well, Apples is in control of, what is it, Team Bio or Shots? I don't, the green team.
Green team.
And they also are in, ironically, firm control of Bacon because Satsuma exists.
Yeah, he's kind of in a really tough spot to kill. Almost wish you could maybe have a, I don't know, a Lucian or something over there. I don't know, you know. Oh wait, he's dead. Swanky, congrats on getting the game. I should have told, I didn't realize you were thinking about getting the game, but I actually have an affiliate link that would have gotten you stuff. I think that's the way to spell it. Maybe not. I'm bad with spelling
I
sometimes.
wonder if you're going to smoke up the gearing and have the Colbert just farm out the Satsuma in reverse.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad play.
Nope.
That
Here's
wouldn't
the
be a bad
problem.
play.
They're leaving chocolate completely unguarded.
True,
But
but
the
shots
Napoli
doesn't.
that, you know, that can retake it. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Link. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for stopping by. I remember, right? You were one of the other organizers, right? You were one of the referees.
Help Z50 or Z52. Z42 is going to spiral these deep water torps that can't connect.
There you go. That's what matters. Also, JD
once
Weber
again-
and Maho, thanks for the follows.
Once again, they have no RPF on Seaside to really say that whether there is something or not something on the side, because I don't believe the Ohio's been spotted for a hot minute.
Yeah, and Lucian doesn't have radio location, which would be very handy right about now.
Or the Napoli, like, much as people go, well, your DDs have it, so what do I need it for on the cruiser? Where's your
The enemy is
DD
about
at?
to win.
And ripped the main. We barely knew ye.
Do you know how much paint's gonna cost? Do you know how much money this is gonna cost to get him
Hey,
out
hey,
of
hey.
the water?
Team Bravo is going to win in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. It'll be okay.
Right, but if he was alive, they would be winning sooner.
Yes.
And he got bullied.
He did get bullied. Yes.
Right. We're anti-bullies here. Unless it's me talking about a 4501.
In which case, all the bullying, please. Fuel Inspector sitting broadside to Piemonte. That kind of hurt. Mac Matty, though, says, you know what? I'm just going to come forward and get shot at by everything. That's what he's doing.
Well, I mean, the poor Colbert, if only the Johnson had his smoke.
Hey, his name is Wargaming, please. Nerf Colbert.
Right, but you don't want to do it while you're playing the ship in the middle of a tournament.
Well,
Battle ends
I mean,
in
this is
5
also
minutes.
just getting rebalanced by the players, not wargaming.
and
Here comes
whack.
the Vermont with his fighter? What?
Good dodge by the Hound Lu. Wow.
Why
Okay.
would you have a fighter on a Vermont?
Probably because he just spec'd it and forgot to change it. Because there's so many things you have to spec for so many different ships in a tournament.
Like,
Gonna go with that.
I mean, I remember back in the day, the fighter used to be like, if you wanted to keep things spotted, you went with that because it was up longer. But you know, now with it being almost on par with the spotter, you take the spotter because it actually goes out further from your ship.
Now y'all get to learn about why the Vermont is called the Brick. As Brick smashes both ships, but not enough. And dies by
Well,
ramming.
It didn't really break anything.
He didn't brick anything, no. Even that was a lot of work? Fair enough.
Well, now the Johnson's
quiet?
trying to farm out of Napoli.
And you're sat with MacMedi. Oh, okay.
The enemy is about to win.
Look what happened over at Chocolate. The Napoli came over and took it.
Mm-hmm.
That actually flips it.
It does, actually, yeah. 2 minutes. Why? Well, yeah, by a second. But wait, there's more. Johnson torpedoes on the Napoli. Will
I
it
was
hit?
gonna say the Napoli doesn't have the
Oh.
HP.
Oof, that was close.
The Napoli just doesn't have the HP to take this. Like, even a Johnson could possibly be shooting at him.
If I'm the Johnston, well, he's out of smoke, but I'm going to wait till he's about halfway through A and then whack.
I mean, I'm definitely going to keep him spotted for, you know, the Piemonte that's shooting him. Oh, look, to the gap that I pointed out earlier about the Golden Lou. Napoli should go down here.
He did not because he
thank God.
healed. See, right about now, if I'm Johnston, I'm opening up. There he goes. Full burst fire. Try to get him lit, and that's all he needs to do. Also, not die. Not die would be preferable, too.
I mean, like, ironically, the thing is, the Napoli, the longer he stays on this cap, the better for him and his team.
Of course, yeah, he's delaying the point game. It's huge. Huge.
But, like, even if Johnson at some point is going to have to go, do I trade with this guy?
See, Lucian coming in right now, perfect timing. I like that the Johnson went dark here. Oh, so close.
But
look at those
the
arcs.
Napoli's dark too.
Nah, he shot. Or Johnson came around the corner. I mean,
no, Lucian picked him up.
That's what I meant to say. Lucian came around the corner. AP gets the kill. Now 1 minute to go.
Again.
Yeah. Kill is a swing of about 100 points in tournament play.
Oh,
Colbert?
Colbert goes down at...
Even from his own teammates' torpedoes. Oh, Ohio killed the Piemonte.
To end the game right now. And now that won't happen.
Huge kills right now. 53 seconds to go, but the Ohio just has to slow down and reload and turn his guns. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. It's exactly what he's doing. Here they come.
But he needs to kill him. It has to be within the next two shots.
It is not a kill. And the island eats the others. Woo.
Oh.
Klansman, very lucky there. Very lucky there. 30 seconds to go. And it's just the Ohio and the Z42 that got wrecked at the beginning of the match. But wait, there's more.
Here, that's GG.
Oh! Ho, ho, ho.
Oh my lord.
Oh my god, the Z42 opening up. If he had opened up a few seconds earlier and actually hit. Ah! 970, 214. Fix your aim, 42. There you go. Too little, too late.
What?
Wow.
A game. But, I mean, that is why you cannot just leave caps, guys. You have to have somebody there that can defend them.
How is that for an ending, guys? Shots won last season wins game 1. Woof. Wild. All right, I'm going to run a commercial break, guys. I got to get this off because I got 6 minutes until the next one goes. My heart. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
What a game.
Awesome. Awesome. JD Weber, please tell your friends that we are entertained. Right?
Sort of. As long as Team Bravo wins again.
All right, fair enough. Well, in that game, that was Team Alpha that won.
Right, I know. That's why I'm not entertained.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Wait, we're switching sides? Ooh, we haven't done this at all today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you might get your game 3 then, because there's no way Team Bravo loses again.
Well,
We at
we'll
Team
see.
Bravo will not stand for it.
We will see. Do we have an update on the other game yet?
It's being played. I hope that helps.
UWTS won game 1 already. So if they go 2-0 and we go 2-0, we're done for the day, at least tournament-wise. There will be an after party, so you guys can, of course, stick around if you want. We'll have some dirty water. We'll give away some more codes. And we'll probably play together on the live server, so people want to join. We're going to do flagship ops today.
Though. No,
Flagship ops. I mean, I can have snacks too. I still have my bag of snacks. But yeah, we'll do flagship ops today or ranked. If people don't show up, I can just do ranked. But flagship ops would be good because then I can work on my Oregon mission. That was a good one. Yeah.
Your what mission?
Oregon. The experimental ship missions.
I'm not giving away my credits.
Right, so this is entity. I didn't write it down. Entity. And I'm gonna remind myself there was a long break after FSO 1 versus Guilty 2. Or versus Guilty, I mean. Because one of the things I have to figure out is how do I want to handle releasing these videos? You know, on these first 2 days, I usually try to combine matches or games together. So like, for example, yesterday's coverage, I cut it up into 3 different parts, each about an hour to an hour and a half long, because I thought most people probably don't care to click on a video that's 2 hours long. Hell, even a 1 hour long video is kind of long for YouTube. But at the same time, I mean, you know me, Puddin', I got so many videos to, you know, get out there. So. Both teams readied up. They want to get going.
Well, it is bedtime for most of these guys.
It is bedtime for most of these guys, yes. And it's almost bedtime for you, right? Is that what you're going to do after this?
No. I have to cut the grass still. I have some running around to do. And unfortunately for these guys at EU, they don't celebrate Memorial Day for whatever heinous crime that reason is.
That reminds me.
They'll probably have work tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be working tomorrow too. But that reminds me, guys, we have this is a holiday weekend in the US. It's to remember and pay respect to all of the service people that helped to defend this country. And I would mention that because if you're from a country outside the United States, of course, you have holidays also that mark the importance of these kinds of people. And I am involved in a charity called Stack Up, which is focusing on supporting mental health amongst active duty and veteran personnel all around the world, actually, not just in the United States. So if you're willing to support, I put the link in chat there. It's a Tiltify link. For this weekend, if you donate at least $10, you get entered into a raffle to win a pair of really nice wireless headphones. It's a good cause. It's tax deductible anyway. But we got a game. We should probably switch to that, huh?
No.
Let's go.
Battle starts.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This time, Entity is in the green, bringing Lucian, Z42, Gearing, Napoli Black, Colbert, Napoli, Honolulu, Ohio, and Maine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What
That's
about
not
the...
saying.
Oh, okay. What about shots, Puddin'?
We have a ledge shimmy. I think that's the first time we've seen a ledge shimmy.
Yeah.
A Marsu, or I call it the Marsupial. A Lucian. A Vermont. Oh, the Panate's back. The Napoli, first time seeing a Schlieffen tournament. Club and a PVO.
Prince Ben Aranye. First time seeing a Prince Ben Aranye in the tournament. Very strong cruiser with its AP.
You
also
know
pretty decent with HE.
Also seeing for the first time an attorney.
What?
This is an actual COTS map, is it not? Like the setup?
So I was going to comment on that.
I was going to say it's interesting that they don't have it for Sleeping Giant, which I think would be a little bit more interesting.
I think it would be better, yes. But you can see the A cap is massive all the way in the corner. And then there's 2 caps on the other opposite corner trying to entice teams basically to shove C and D and put a small token force at A to kind of hold it. Schlieffen, by the way, if you look at his build, for whatever reason, is not taking preventative maintenance. And that's Luyan's. Go figure. UWTS and FSO, apologies, is going to a game 3. That's going to be starting soon.
Soon TM?
Which means if this goes 2-0, we will most likely be donezo. And we'll start the after party.
Great, I get to go cut the lawn.
There you go. Look at that, Lucians both hiding each other. Isn't that exciting? One of them being Dutch oven. The other will be Dutch oven. It just takes longer for it to happen. Now, Prince
Yeah,
Van...
but those PVO...
They hurt if they
Okay,
connect.
man, they hurt.
If they connect, they hurt a lot. So if the player drops it in the right spot, we'll find out soon. Let's follow the bombs. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know. Ouch.
Well,
But-
one Lucian's doing better than the other Lucian.
Well,
And now they're equal.
I was gonna say, as you say that, you just basically have mutual annihilation here. As both of them are just screaming at their teammates to help them out. Oof. Nice salvo from the Schlieffen up to the north.
That could be the difference maker.
It could be. Also, Rubber Duck's heal is expiring, whereas Malo's heal is still going for another 30 seconds. Remember that slow duration, low tick heal? There it is.
Well, as soon as the Marcel can actually start connecting again.
Right. He's walking the shells back. There he goes. He's connecting a little bit. DCP is down for another 10 seconds. Marceau's missing now.
Oh, Golden Lou completely missed all his bombs. Oh, okay. Rubber Ducky's making a run for it.
The main has entered the chat as Malo's Hydro goes down. Uses Hydro a little bit early there going into the cap. You can see they want that kill, but they just can't get it.
Yeah, but it's going to be the same for getting shots, Lucian. I
Yep.
really think you're going to lose a battleship over this, too.
I mean, it certainly feels that way. And Malo taking some big hits, but...
It's all right. He's got another heal in 70 seconds.
Main punching back at the PVO.
Not punching back hard enough.
No. Nope, nope, nope.
Now,
But that...
the difference between the PVO and the Golden Lou is the PVO is actually more about its guns,
Yes,
to where the Golden is more about its drops.
correct.
What? Oh my god, somebody's AA worked and just nuked all the PVO's planes.
Howdenlu with defensive anti-air plus Maine plus Ohio anti-air shot down all of the PVO's planes. The key to anti-air in this
getting
age...
bullied by everybody right now.
Oh yeah. The key to anti-air in this age is to, you know, overlap your anti-air fields. Which is fine, I get it. We're going to see some craziness up to the north here, I think. Although I don't understand what the Schlieffen is hoping to accomplish with this kind of a maneuver, but okie dokie.
It's a new tax. It's a new maneuver type of crap. I need to get involved somewhere.
So both of the battleships, both of Entity's battleships are pretty much in the same part of the map. Usually this is a no-no, because battleships can project their power, which means that they prevent players from moving to certain places on the board. You have to think of them as like chess pieces. You put them in the same place, and, well, together they are, you know, doing what I just said, projecting their power. That being said, one of them is about to die to the Kleber torpedoes, so whatever.
More importantly, the PVO is still alive. And if it wasn't for his heal right now, he'd be dead due to the fire on him.
Wow, yeah. Great job of staying alive there for the PVO. Schlieffen, though, is the new focus target. I'm really surprised to see Klansman 19's Napoli just chilling here, watching his teammate take all the damage. You'd think he'd want to get involved somehow.
Schlieffen managed to hit 2 targets with the Storps. I believe maybe it was the club, possibly somebody hit the Golden and the Main with the torpedoes.
Ah, and Dutch Oven. Howdenlu saying, I am the superior Dutch boat. Oh, hot Lucian on Lucian action in the B cap. One
Well,
Lucian down.
My
Will there be
Lucian
two?
says I'm the superior Lucian. This is my cap and no one else's. Get away from it. And stop shooting me.
Somehow the Schlieffen managed to get behind the island safely, which is quite impressive. And we haven't talked about the Shimakaze's build. Unique upgrade for those who are not familiar with it. It allows for faster reload of the torpedoes, but the torpedo turrets themselves are very slow to turn. Almost like battleship levels.
No, they're not battleship levels. They're
Even
your
worse.
model levels.
Yeah, like pre-buff Yamato levels, like OG Yamato
Wait,
levels.
the Yamato got a buff?
Oh yeah, Warspite did too. Remember Warspite, the original Warspite? You had to turn the whole damn ship just to shoot things. Mac Manny taking 2 torpedo hits because he sees the Kleber and wants it dead.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't notice the Yamato's turret buff.
Hey, poor Wotan. Oh, it definitely got buffed. Chat, you guys all remember that, right?
I mean, it's still slower than dog poop. I mean, I am also running a unique upgrade on my Yamato, so there's that.
Z42 gets himself detected for a moment. He's got to hope that Schlieffen doesn't have Hydro available. Fortunately, he does not.
But in 40 seconds, he will.
Yeah, well, that gives him plenty of time to get out of there. Yeah, he's already gone. There we go. The Napoli's smoking each other.
Oh, Marcel's opening up on the Golden New, being like, no, I'm not going to let you sit there for free, buddy.
Very
Now you gotta
ballsy by
move
Melvin.
because you're- Well, I mean, now you got to move because did you send torpedoes or not?
Uh-huh. But Fuel Inspector
I
does
like-
have Hydro active.
But he still gets him to move, and now he's susceptible to Schlieffen secondaries, and, well,
Well,
good
he took
night,
a big hit
Golden
too from
Lou.
something else, yeah. I think it was primaries. Oof. Big hit on the Marceau
he's-
from Strategic's main.
They need to finish the Golden. The one fire needs a little bit of help.
Whoa.
The fire's out.
Fuel Inspector actually lived through that heal. Wow. You never declare a ship dead until it's actually dead in this game when you're playing competitive mode. Ranked, clan battles, whatever. You have to stay on the target till it completely dies. Then you pronounce it dead. When everybody can see the kill
Do
feed
you
anyway.
send the club up to chocolates?
The Marceau, yes. The Kleber, no.
Or, yeah, the Marcelli. Then we don't have the Marceau. Like, see, this is why we gave all these French nicknames.
May now turning his gun, so opens up the opportunity for Melvin to do some farming. I like that decision.
Definitely gets the fire. I like how he's not aiming
What the?
center. He's aiming a little bit forward to try to get a second fire going.
Look at the Schlieffen. 42 gets himself detected on the Hydro. Schlieffen moves forward. Napoli completely whiffs his torpedoes. Schlieffen does not. Citadels as well, and that's a dead Napoli. Wow.
As
That's
now we're playing Ring Around the Rosie in Napoli Schlieffen.
what we call an error, ladies and gentlemen. And a really nice clip moment. If anybody can take a moment and grab that, please. That would be very handy. Because that just blasted open the entire flank over there. And I'll tell you what, putting shots is looking really good to win game 2 and force a 2-0.
Yeah. I mean, now the main's coming under Schlieffen Marceau. Fire. Which means they
all
don't
the
need to really
secondaries.
fight for A as much anymore.
Kleber finishes him off with a reload booster.
And as you can see, they are just vacating apples. Be like, okay, fine, you guys have it. We're gonna have 2 other caps. We have ship lead. We have the cap lead. We don't need any A anymore. We just need to live. And
And there
possibly
goes
kill the
Schlieffen.
Z-42.
A little bit of a time extension there for Team Entity. And Shots responds with 2 other kills of their own. 30 seconds remain now. And this game is over. Yeah, Shima Legendary is it's an acquired taste. You have to really know which side you're going to put your torps on, and you have to stay on that side. So a lot of people like to use it with 20-kilometer torps, because then they just go on the edge of the map and torp the middle and pray to win. Accuracy through volume, right? 5 seconds to go. There's our official
meme lol thing and accidentally brought it into clan battles once. Unique upgrade with the 8 kilometers.
Uh-huh.
Because
actually
those things
very effective.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Funniest thing was because I usually run to 20s on my shimmy.
Mm-hmm.
When I fired the first set and they fizzled out, they go, oh crap, I still have the 8 kilometers with the ledge mod on.
Right.
Ironically, it won us the game because the Montana that charged me did not last.
There you go. Well, congratulations. Oh, I didn't set the winner. Hold on, I gotta press a button.
Oh, that's 2-0, right?
That is 2-0. So
Team Bravo
that's...
wins because... Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all she wrote for today, because the other game went into game 3, and I think that is still in progress now, or maybe it's over. Let's take a look. Yeah, that one's still live, but we saw shots 2-0 entity. FFP and TCA, if you go over here, they should, yep, they already show up here as the top seeded teams. Guilty and Bao2 are the bottom seeded teams. And then the question remains, what we just saw happen, right? So Shots is going to move on to one of these 2 positions. And then whoever wins the best of 3 that's going on right now, or game 3 right now over here, FSO or UWTS, they make their way up there too. Whoever loses, so Entity, for example, if I go to the playoff bracket, Entity is going to show up in one of these boxes on the losers bracket. So next weekend, that's what you guys can look forward to seeing on this channel. As always, with Puddin and all that good stuff. Thank you very much for joining me today and co-casting and all that good stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't have to leave right away.
Yeah, you can stick around if you want, sure. Or if you gotta go do the grass, go do the grass. How do you like the clip published? Sick and up tiered. If you just clipped it, that's fine. You're good. I'll find it. Thank you. Appreciate you. Here's a shout out for Puddin. Now, just because we're done with the tournament,
okay.
Just because we're done with the tournament for today does not mean we're done with streaming today. We're gonna do the after party. It's gonna take a little bit of doing to work for those of you guys who haven't seen this before. The way the after party works is I have to cut the 2-minute delay. In order to cut the 2-minute delay, I need to do the following steps. I need to kill my internet. That's correct. I have to turn off my internet on my computer. I then have to Control Shift Backspace and end OBS completely. Just completely end the task. I then have to turn my internet back on again. I then start OBS up again. I then turn off the delay, the 2-minute delay, and then I switch over to my regular scene, my replay scene. We have scene collections here. This is a scene collection for tournaments, different from my normal scene collection. So we're gonna make all that happen, hopefully in about 2 minutes. The other thing I need to do is I need to run downstairs and grab my bottle and my whiskey cubes for our little toast. We always do a fun little cheer at the start of live play portion of our streams. So I hope you guys can stick around. We'll look to do some flagship ops, hopefully. That could be a lot of fun, or I can do ranked. Yeah, you gonna stick around, and join us, or are you gonna cut the grass?
Grass?
You gonna do the grass? Okay. Go do the grass. Alrighty then. You're gonna see the outro screen for a little bit. Stay tuned, just chill there. Note, you may need to refresh the stream. Just be aware of that. I'll try to keep you guys updated in the chat as this stuff is happening. Okay? Aside from that, until next time.
Have fun.
Yeah, you too, Puddin. We still don't have results for this down here yet, so we'll see what happens. Match results. Maybe we have it down in here. Let's see. Nope, we still don't have the results for that game, so we'll figure that one out. No worries, Sick and Up Tiered. I appreciate the effort. That's all we ask for. Just, a little bit of effort. Always appreciate it, man. Always appreciate it. So thank you very much for your help and being here. I'll see you guys in a few minutes, okay? Here we go.